The US government might intentionally be trying to trigger a recession. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you why this could be happening and how to protect your money in the event that it does. What if I told you the US might actually need a recession? That sounds crazy, right? But stick with me because we're going to be uncovering the $9.2 trillion problem that no one's really talking about. And this isn't just a Washington problem. This is going to affect every American. This problem is going to visit every city, state, home, and business, including yours and mine. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down what's happening with the national debt, why the US might actually want to trigger a recession, and most importantly, how this is going to affect your money, what you can do about it, and how to protect yourself. Let's get into it. So let me set the stage. Imagine you have a credit card bill that you need to pay in full, but you don't have the money. So you decide to take out a loan to pay the bill. Considering you're already in debt, you're going to want the new loan that you're taking out to have the lowest interest rate as possible so that you can have the cheapest payment. But this situation sounds crazy all the way around, right? But this is the exact predicament that the US government is in right now. As of the filming of this video, the US government is currently in $36.22 trillion worth of debt. Yes, that's with the T. And $9.2 trillion of that debt either needs to be paid or refinanced in 2025. But governments don't pay off debt like you and I do. They roll it over. Think of like doing a balance transfer on a credit card. But interest rates are currently high right now. And so the cost of refinancing this debt is really high. So here's the $1 trillion question. Why might the US actually want a recession? Well, recessions lead to lower interest rates, which equals cheaper borrowing. It's a cycle that looks a lot like this: crash, stimulate, cheap debt, survival. This could be a good strategy for the government, but here's where you get caught in the middle. What's happening could affect you in multiple ways, but here's two major points. Number one, when a recession happens, the economy slows down, and generally speaking, many businesses do layoffs to cut costs. At the same time, the stock market is down, so your portfolio will likely take a hit. Experiencing job loss while your assets are lower than normal could be devastating, especially if you're forced to sell some of your assets at a loss in order to pay everyday expenses. Secondly, when the government needs to refinance debt, it does this by borrowing money from itself. Yes, the government can actually borrow money from itself. Wouldn't it be great if we could do that? But it does this by printing more money. And once it prints that more money, that money then goes into circulation. And once more money gets into circulation, it then weakens the money that's currently in circulation. So the money that's in your pocket and my pocket, actually, it affects our buying power. So you might still have a $100 bill in your pocket, but now that $100 bill only buys $75 worth of goods. So let me zoom out for a second. The government is juggling trillions of dollars worth of debt, interest rates are unpredictable, and every move they make, whether refinancing the debt or triggering a recession, lands right in your lap. But here's the good news. You don't have to sit on the sidelines and watch as your finances get squeezed. There's things that you can do to protect yourself right now. And I'm going to give you 5 financial planning tips that you can start implementing today so that you can be ready no matter what comes your way. Let's go. Number 1 is to build or rebuild your emergency fund. It's good to aim for 3 to 6 months of living expenses saved in a separate account. Why I say a separate account, because this isn't savings to go towards a purchase. This is only for emergencies. Now keep in mind, this is the money that you're going to use if you were to possibly lose your job or if you just have an unexpected cost that comes up. And now I know saving this much money may be hard for some, but even putting aside $25 to $50 a week could start adding up quickly. So whatever you're doing, start putting aside something, so make sure you're either building your emergency fund or rebuilding it. You can always make it stronger. I mean, I feel like it's great if you can have more like 8 to 10 months of expenses, but 3 to 6 months is a solid start. Get that emergency fund going. Number 2 is to revisit your budget and cut non-essential costs. As you review your budget, I would suggest looking at each category and each line item in that category to make sure that's actually where you want to be spending your money. The goal right now is to increase cash flow and reduce financial strain. So I would cut out anything that's not really needed and making sure that you're able to keep your cash flow solid so that you can have more money to save and invest, which we'll be getting into just shortly. Number 3 is avoid high interest debt. Credit card debt can be draining, and if you've ever experienced it, it can feel like it takes forever to get out of it, especially because the interest rates are high and you get stuck paying so much extra. If you have great credit, I would suggest looking into a lender to where you could possibly roll that over to your debt to a 0% card or a lower percent card so that more of your payment is going towards paying off the actual principal and you can get out of the debt as quickly as you can. Number 4 is to stay invested, but to be strategic. When the stock market experiences volatility, you'll see your account go up and down. And if your account isn't invested according to a risk tolerance that works for you, it could be scary seeing your account hit a low that you weren't prepared to see. So make sure you're invested according to your proper risk tolerance, but make sure you also take a long-term perspective. Remember, depending on your age, if you're looking at a retirement account, that could be 10, 20, 30 years out. So don't get so caught up in the moment, but zoom out and make sure you look at a big picture perspective with your investments. Also think about the type of investor you want to be over the course of years. So set up your investment account in a way that allows you to ride the waves and still get good sleep at night, no matter what's happening in the market. Number 5 is to create an income backup plan. Recessions can lead to layoffs, so make sure you think ahead. Can you start a side hustle? Are you able to freelance or consult with a skill that you already have? Or maybe you should cross-train in your job to make you more valuable in the workplace. There's all types of things that you can do to work on the side using skills you already have or things that you can learn to make yourself more valuable in your current position. Make sure you leverage those things before you need them so when they're thinking about chopping heads, you're already prepared. So as we wrap this video up, we can't control what Washington does, but we can control how prepared we are. And having a great financial plan is your best defense to make sure that you're prepared no matter what the economy throws your way. So as we recap our 5 financial planning tips for this video, they are: build or rebuild your emergency fund, visit your budget and cut non-essentials, avoid high interest debt, stay invested but be strategic, and create an income backup plan. If you have questions about any of the topics discussed in this video, use the link below to schedule a complimentary call with me. Also, I would like to invite you to come join Steadyworth's Financial Fit Club, where there's a community of like-minded individuals who are passionate about taking charge of their financial future. The link is below. Come join us. We would love to have you in the group. Have a great day, and I'll see you next week.